attribution and proper attribution frameworks are almost always a problem that they're struggling with. Ultimately, marketing attribution is nothing more or less than assessing which marketing channel a sale can be attributed to. What attribution window should you as a Facebook advertiser should actually select in order to get the best results from your Facebook ads. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this video where we talk about a rather unsexy topic, Facebook ads attribution. And before we go any further into this, let me make clear for who this video is actually for. My name is Victor, the founder of Victory Media, a boutique Facebook marketing agency that exclusively works with e-commerce companies between $150,000 and $10 million in annual revenue. And it doesn't matter at which stage the company is at that we start working with. Attribution and proper attribution frameworks are almost always a problem that they're struggling with. So this video is for the online brands out there to properly understand not only what Facebook attribution actually is, but also how to properly set it up within your ad account. With that being said, let's dive right into it by asking the question, what actually is attribution in general? Terms like attribution, Facebook ad attribution, view-through attribution, or even delayed attribution are being thrown through the room, often without people properly knowing what they actually stand for. Therefore, just to have everybody on the same page, attribution is the way how marketers assess the ROI of a specific marketing channel and how the specific marketing channel, for example, Facebook, actually contributes to the whole consumer journey and the ultimate conversion of the sale. Ultimately, marketing attribution is nothing more or less than assessing which marketing channel a sale can be attributed to. Let's take a quick look at an example for this. So let's take Joe. Joe scrolls through his Instagram timeline and sees an ad of your company. He clicks on that, scrolls through your product catalog, and ends up checking out with your brand. Here it's pretty clear. The sale must be attributed and probably will be attributed to your Facebook ad. However, let's take a look at example number 2, where Joe again scrolls through his timeline on Instagram, sees the ad of your company, and clicks on the ad and lands on your landing page, but for whatever reason does not decide to buy right now. However, he remembers your brand, and 3 days later, he types in your brand name or your domain directly in his search bar in Google, and therefore then ends up checking out with you 3 days later. Obviously, your Facebook ad had a significant influence on making this purchase, and therefore this purchase should also be attributed to your Facebook ad. Unfortunately, in reality, consumer journeys are often a lot more complicated than this, since we're dealing with real humans. So often your ad is seen but not clicked, and the person goes onto your social profiles but does not really visit your website. 3 days later, he searches for your brand, and your organic results in Google start ranking. Another 4 days later, the same person searches for a niche term in Google. Your Google ad pops up. The person actually, because he's already familiar with your brand and has heard it before, clicks on this ad and then ends up checking out with you. To what extent did your first touch point, your Facebook ad, actually had an influence on making the sale? You can see how quick attribution can therefore become pretty complicated. And this is the reason why there are so many attribution models like first click, last click, dynamic, linear. There are a bunch of attribution models out there. However, since we only want to focus on Facebook ads attribution for this video, let's focus on that. In order for us to do this, let's hop into the Ads Manager. Now, if you're in the Ads Manager and you either try to edit or create a new ad set and scroll down to the bottom of the ad set settings, then you can see the tab Optimization and Delivery. When you click the little drop down, show more options, there you can choose from your different attribution settings within Facebook. So as you can see, you have 4 different options to choose from. 1-day click, 7-day click, 1-day click or view, and 7-day click or 1-day view. But what does this actually mean? In plain English, this gives Facebook the information not only for what time window they should attribute the sale for, but also for what time window or sales cycle they should optimize for. Let's come back to Joe for a second to explain that properly. So if you select the 1-day click attribution and Joe stumbles up on your ad, clicks on this ad and purchases within a day after clicking this ad, then this sale will be attributed to Facebook and your Facebook ad. If, however, Joe decides to buy 3 days after clicking your ad by directly typing in the domain in the Google search bar, then this sale, although Facebook probably led to actually converting that prospect, will not actually show up within your ads manager. But if you select the 7-day click attribution window and 3 days after clicking the ad, Joe decides to buy with your brand, then Facebook will actually attribute the sale to this particular ad creative. The same thing happens with a 1-day click or view or 7-day click and 1-day view, with the only difference being that here Joe does not even have to click the ad, rather than just has to view the ad or scroll past it. And if he afterwards buys within a matter of either 1 or 7 days, then this particular sale will be attributed to your Facebook ad. This is what is called view-through attribution. Pre-iOS 14.5, we actually had 2 more attribution settings, which were 28-day click or 28-day click and 7-day view, meaning the window where Facebook could attribute a sale to a particular ad was up to 28 days, and this was the default for Facebook. So having that understood, what attribution window should you as a Facebook advertiser should actually select in order to get the best results from your Facebook ads? Most people would argue a 7-day click and 1-day view attribution window, right? Because this probably will give Facebook the most amount of data, and the more data Facebook has, the better it performs, right? Well, not necessarily. Although Facebook makes, view-through attribution available, iOS 14.5 actually prohibits view-through attribution in general. So how can Facebook then actually attribute a sale based on a view-through attribution model? Simple. They model this behavior based on the past data they have as a platform, as well as your past advertising data. And as we all know, modeled data is less accurate and less precise. At Victory Media, we rather opt in for accuracy, and therefore, we rather move away from those view-through attribution windows since iOS 14.5 hit. However, now we've already established that view-through attribution windows are probably not the most accurate anymore. So that leaves us with those click attribution windows. With that being said, should you choose a 1-day click attribution or a 7-day click attribution window? Facebook unfortunately does not have the real-time data they used to have anymore, where when somebody, purchased with you 20 minutes or 10 minutes later, this sale actually popped up within your Facebook Ads Manager. Meaning if Facebook has to report on a 1-day click basis, although sometimes they get the purchase ping up to 72 hours later, they also, unfortunately, are forced to model this behavior and give you some modeled data that, again, is less accurate and less precise. Therefore, with a 1-day click attribution window, you usually have tighter and quicker feedback loops. However, they're less accurate and less precise. So for the vast majority of your campaigns, the best attribution setting to select is the 7-day click attribution window. I know, a long answer to a short question. However, the 7-day click attribution window is most likely to give you the best performance at the most accurate data levels. This is at least what we use for most campaigns here at Victory Media. However, apart from reporting, attribution also changes your optimization window, meaning, the window or the sales cycle your ad is actually optimizing for. Therefore, as soon as you change your attribution windows, you also have to change the way you actually make edits to your ad sets and campaigns accordingly. Meaning, if you have a 7-day click attribution window, your ad is optimizing its performance for a 7-day time window as well. So if 3 days after a change, your ad or your campaign actually has a decrease in performance, then stay put, because your Facebook ad is actually optimizing for a 7-day time window. So this is how a change in attribution can and probably will affect your campaign performance. First of all, obviously the reporting. How many days can pass until Facebook will still attribute a sale to the particular ad after the click on the ad actually happened? However, secondly, and a lot less known effect of a change in attribution window for your ad sets is optimization. Because as soon as you change your attribution window from, for example, a 1-day click to a 7-day click attribution window, then you also will have to change the way you make edits and changes to your ads, because Facebook is actively optimizing your ad set for the best performance over 7 days. Meaning, if you're running with that 7-day click attribution window, then the overall trend of taking more time and lean back with your Facebook ads and with your Facebook ad changes and decision making within your ad account has just a kind of a longer time frame to it. Meaning, stay put if your campaign performance drops after 3 days after a change. Take 2 to 3 more days in order to properly evaluate the performance and see whether it kind of, bounces back or dips even further. You can always change your attribution settings for any ad within your ad account. Also the ads that have already been launched by just scrolling down your ad set settings under the tab of optimization and delivery. As I said, click on the drop down of show more options, and then you can change and select the desired attribution setting. However, take note that a change in attribution window will directly lead to a setback in the learning phase. So if your ad is working, don't just change your attribution window because this video says so, from a 7-day click and 1-day view to a 7-day click only. Every account out there is different, and some things that work for most accounts sometimes don't work for your account. But generally saying a 7-day click attribution window will probably and most likely give you the best performance at the most accurate data level. So before we call it a day now, if you're looking for better performance for your Facebook ads and you are an e-commerce brand with a minimum budget of 3,000 euros per month for your Facebook ad account, then we might be a good fit. My company, Victory Media, provides done-for-you Facebook marketing services for e-commerce companies only. That is what we specialize in. And my team and I create, launch, optimize, and scale your campaigns for you. This does not only include the media buying and campaign planning, but also the creative optimization, iteration, and creative layout by our team of Facebook growth marketers and graphic designer. So if you don't want to do this, if you're not searching for outside help and you're brave enough to go out and try to figure out your attribution settings or things like that on your own, then I wish you the best of luck, and I hope that this video provided some kind of help to actually improving your Facebook marketing results. If so, if this video was any sort of help for you, then I would appreciate a thumbs up. This really helps me to create more content like this, and it also really makes my day to hear your feedback. And if you want to see more value-packed and free Facebook marketing videos for e-commerce brands, then click the subscribe button, hit the subscribe button right below, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video. See you there. Thank you so much for watching the video to this point. I know that if you've come this far, that you form a part of an exclusive group of people that do not only talk, but walk the talk, and that you are hungry for more content. So therefore, I went ahead and picked out an exclusive video just for you that I know you're going to love. Check it out right here.